Still water runs deep. And to be honest, I think this chapter is just Horikoshi playing with us. This is one big sort of this chapter is just Horikoshi messing with us. That's basically what that is. I think it's too heavy-handed. All the stuff that happens. I don't think Aoyama is the traitor. And I think this chapter was made specifically to make us believe that he is, because I think the hints in this chapter were just too heavy-handed. And if anything, the traitor's reveal should be like this, just out of the blue, and we just find out who it is. And I've mentioned before, for multiple reasons, that the traitor is not a member of Class 1A, because when, in fact, the League of Villains invaded the USJ, what you had happen is the League of Villains did not know the individual quirks of each student, which is something that Aoyama and the other students from Class 1A had an understanding of, or at least most of the students, because they took part in All Might's quirk examination test. They were in the entrance exam together. They did this, they did that. So basically, if anything, if Aoyama should know people's quirks during the USJ arc, including Tsuyu's arc because he saw her in the combat training with that All Might led, and he also was there during the field exams that the Eraserhead was doing, and he was also a part of the entrance exam that Midoriya was a part of and that Ochiko was a part of. So he does know the quirks of the students, which is something that the League of Villains did not know. And we know for a fact that this villain had contact with the League of Villains right after all of these events, because basically you have because the information that they got about the USJ was after those events happened. So we do know that he met with the League of Villains. Just doesn't make sense that the traitor, if it is Aoyama, would not tell them the quirks of the students. Basically, like, hey, this guy's super strong, but he breaks his bones. This girl could make stuff float, but if she makes too much float, she will throw up. This girl has a frog quirk, just throw her in the flames. And so he knew all of this, but the League of Villains didn't. So he isn't a traitor. And I think the hints in this chapter were just too heavy-handed. That's what I think, and it's so obvious that Horikoshi this chapter has been playing with us. He gave us this one big panel where you see Aoyama with a concerned face, looking like, and then he was playing with us when he showed us a picture of Aoyama with, basically it looked like he was humping a huge boulder while looking at Midoriya. And at this point, you're like, okay, he's playing with the idea that Aoyama is gay for Midoriya, you know. So here, Horikoshi, he's really messing with us in this chapter. That's my consensus. I think it's just too heavy-handed. The quote, the that stern look, that one panel, no, and that one look, that one panel of Aoyama is probably going to be my thumbnail, where he looks all concerned. You know, it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. If anything, the traitors from Class 1B. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you the traitor is from Class 1B, and I'll make a video about this. Alright? So, this chapter has about 5 parts. The first part is the uncomfortable I'm about to sleep Midoriya part, where Midoriya is right about to sleep. Then, knock knock, Aoyama right outside the window, stalking him like a hawk. And then he just Aoyama, and then Aoyama leaves, and he looks out, and Aoyama makes a note with cheese. It says, I know. And then Dora's like, oh, holy crap. And this is where you start thinking, oh, the reveal of the traitor is starting now. Okay. But I don't think that's the case. I think the traitor arc is in fact starting now because Horikoshi is messing with that thought in mind, and I guarantee you that next week there will be someone else that Horikoshi will hint is the traitor, but it's not going to be him because he's part of Class 1A, and so on and so forth. So we're going to play this guessing game for quite a while, and it's this is the thing about Horikoshi. He knows what we're thinking. He knows what he is going to make us think while portraying this chapter. And I don't think he's gonna reveal the traitor that way. I think it's gonna be a surprise, like what the, and then you when you reread, you're gonna see little hints, not big hints like he's left, not an entire freaking panel of Aoyama's face concerned, like no, no, the hints are going to be small. The hints are going to be small, but they're going to be there, and we're going to all miss them. That's my perspective. That's it's the same thing with Oda in a way. He is good at foreshadowing stuff. So after the first scene, we have the school scene where um, they're all going to school, they're all doing school stuff, and combo conversations come up like, "Hey, I want to team up with you. I want to team up with you, Mount Lady." And this guy teamed up, and they're pretty good combo. They're called Kamui Woods, and Denki's trying to team up with some folk, and it's not working. Oh, it's not compatible. Uh, and it's kind of funny that one scene where Mount Lady's name gets mentioned, and Mineta's like, "Oh God, oh God." I can't even imagine what Mount Lady did to Mineta to make him scared this much. This guy, the only thing in his mind was Punini, but then when he met Mount Lady, he's like, "Oh no, 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 no." Mount Lady smacked some ooh into him, like Mineta is no longer the, well, he kind of is the perv that he was, but when it comes to Mount Lady, he's all concerned. And I just want to know what Mount Lady did to Mineta. I just want to know because the only thing in this guy's mind was Bonini was and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, I ain't messing with her. No, she's all sorts of crazy, all sorts of strong. I don't want anything to do with her at all. So I really want to know. I really, really want to know. Now we move on to training with Cementos. Now Cementos tells the class that they have a minimum of two special moves they have to create. I'm like, okay, okay, I see. That's interesting. And I'm just thinking about what possibilities other students are going to have for special moves. And I'm thinking of Midoriya too. Will Midoriya be able to do something unique with One for All? Is he going to be able to like control more of it this arc? But controlling more of it isn't a special move. I just wonder what Midoriya's special moves are going to be. We already know that one of his special moves is the kicks, that that running kick that he did to drive a boulder off of All Might a few chapters ago. So is it going to be more kick oriented, or is it going to be just something way new, something we haven't even thought of? And the thing about Horikoshi is he likes to do that. He likes it when he's able to pop something out of the blue, out of the ether that we couldn't even think of, and then reveal it that way. Of course, there are moments, big moments, where there are small hints about certain things, like the main villain, but like that main villain's reveal and his quirk, you know, all for one, his reveal, his quirk, that was a surprise. Like we knew there was a dog on top. We didn't know what his quirk was. We didn't know, like that was all sorts of crazy, really was. Now after the special move training with Cementos, we get Bakugo kind of giving, Izuku the little pet talk, like, "Hey, dude, I thought you were gonna surpass me. With that sort of attitude, you're going nowhere." So at first, it might seem like he's being mean, but in my perspective, he isn't. He's being kind, and I don't want to say it's out of character, but it shows character development with Bakugo, where it's kind of the denial of I care, but he really does care type deal. Now, finally, Aoyama. This guy be humping a big boulder like it's Midoriya in front of everyone. Well, explicitly in front of Midoriya. He pops a hole straight through the freaking boulder, showing you the strength of that laser. And I think he has more control over the laser than he lets people think. I I definitely think that there's something Ayama is hiding, but he's not the traitor. He's done so many things during the past few arcs that are just heroic. Okay, he has. He saved Tokayami from Mr. Compress. He saved a lot of. Well, he also saved the he saved Class 1A from being eliminated during the license exam with that big light that he created that attracted everyone to the center. He has done a lot. The one iffy thing, and I'm mentioning this, the one iffy thing that I think is also too heavy-handed and planned ahead was when the USJ thing happened. He was like, "Guess where I was? Guess where I was? It's a secret." Shh. Which is something that a spy wouldn't do. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do something so dumb, you know? No, you wouldn't. That's that's the only thing suspicious. But other than that, if they really wanted Tokayami, uh, they could have had him. They could have, but no. If Aoyama was a part of the League of Villains, he would have just let him be robbed by by the League of Villains. He would have just stood there like, "A, I'm not interfering. I'm not scared of them because I'm a part of them. I'm not gonna hide in a bush like I was, and I'm just gonna let Togayami be kidnapped." So no, I just don't think so. I just don't think so. Now, please tell me what you think of the video of the chapter at hand down below. And until next time, guys, this is Anime Gypsy, and I'm out.